All right, so this is my first ever recorded trading session. I am trading uh, E-mini Nasdaq. Been trading a little bit for 4 years on and off. I've been more consistent as of the second half of. I've been more consistent with my trading the second half of 2023. Been trading on and off since 2020. Um, yeah, I definitely see a future in this, and I definitely see. Um, this is being kind of my outlet to escape from my job and obviously provide a better life for me and my family. So the goal here is to reimagine, um, is to imagine that I am trading in front of a live group in hopes that it'll help keep me more disciplined. That's one of the things I've kind of been struggling with. It's just kind of remaining disciplined and uh, sticking to kind of my trading plan. So hopefully this will help. So right now I'm just kind of marking up my chart. I do trade ICT concepts, by the way. I hope I'm recording the right. Well, this is my first time ever doing a setup like this, so bear with me if this is a little wonky my first go around. I am not married to any bias. I am currently just waiting to see kind of what the market shows me, all while outlining what I see on the chart. So goal here is to kind of be patient. But currently, what I'm seeing right now is I'm taking, relative equal highs from this range right here. And we rejected from the bullish fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame. One thing I'm also kind of keeping in mind is if we are breaking swing highs with displacement to continue up. If that is the case, then I will be looking for longs. If not, then obviously looking for shorts, but just kind of seeing how if this swing low kind of stands, then price could look to head higher. Again, I'm not a professional. This is just kind of my first video, so I am open um, to comments in the YouTube section. I'll be uploading this to YouTube later. So let's just kind of see how everything kind of plays out. Typically, I like to wait until like the seven, the Asia Open. But if I see something that I'm really convinced about, then I will enter a trade. Keeping in mind that we did take buy side here, so we could come back into retracement of the we have a fair value here. My charts also, man, I've been like I said, I've been on and off since like 2020. So all of my symbols that I currently have saved, all of my my settings, I've been kind of just kind of converting. So over to kind of what every to make everything kind of just similar. Maybe we kind of have like a head and shoulders pattern. That's what you guys kind of create. Now I do think we will head short a little bit. Here is, but we're just gonna kind of remain patient, just kind of see what plays out. And I'm not married to any bias, so I'm just currently waiting for a opportunity to present itself to me. Reason I believe why there's a potential that we may be short is you see this liquidity has been taken, and you can look at this as short term market structure shift on the what is that, the 2 minute. You get a wick rejecting, but we're not. Look how we're looking. I think kind of we will expand higher, just kind of given these candles. But then again, like I said, we'll just kind of see. I don't even know if my audio, okay, audio probably is working my name when I talk. 2 minutes until we usually open. I put my stop here at the 50% of the with this candle. That's for comfortability. This could come up and stop me out, but uh, just from kind of what I've seen from this liquidity being taken here, us kind of taking our time to kind of break back above. Uh, I do think we kind of come down to a lower level of liquidity before continuing bullish. So I'm looking to get into a short. Now exit too if things kind of look to go if things tend to go against me if we don't see this displacement back down to the sell side. But you kind of see there's no swing high really being taken with displacement and continued displacement. So again, that's why I think that we may see a form of sell side as it kind of slowly bleeds. Now I kind of want to see this move a little bit faster. Typically, what I've been noticing is that when it's been lingering, you know, and price hasn't made its decision, you could just kind of explode. So we'll kind of see. Kind of waiting, but this fair value gap seems to be holding up here on the 1 minute. See if I am right or if I am wrong. Well, I was too late on adding my. It would have got me on my. I should have been more prepared. I could have took a partial off there, and then I would have moved. I would have moved after that partial was taken. I would have kind of moved my stop down a little bit. We'll see if it tags me back in. Okay, so there we are. Going to bring my stop down just a little bit. So my stop is just about 50%. Now I kind of want to see, I'll exit out of here if I don't see continued displacement at the constant encroachment of this 15-minute candle. Just be happy with my win for the day, but we'll see. We'll let it play out. All right. See, even here you have like a volume imbalance. You know, one, two, yeah, three volume imbalances. Okay. I'll probably take one more off here at the relative equal lows. Okay. I just learned how to do this, so I'm still obviously trying to figure out uh, how to fully navigate trading view, as you can tell. So we closed above the constant encroachment here. So modifying. See how we kind of react out of once we enter this fair value gap. So I'm targeting the high of this 5 minute before we kind of continue back upwards. Seeing. So we just created another volume imbalance. For me, I consider this an entry. It's part of one of my, part of my strategy. I allow myself to take a trade entry off of volume imbalances if there is no fair value gap present. But these candles are kind of it looks like they're starting to come in a little heavier. You can kind of see the body of the candle versus kind of the wick, but we'll continue to monitor. Close- close above Now, one thing I don't like that we're doing is we're not closing below these swing lows. Um, I really want to see us close below these swing lows with displacement if I'm going to remain in this trade. Now we could be potentially reversing. We are, for me, a higher time frame, fair value gap 15 minute. Took liquidity there, closed above the CE, created two swing lows, just created a fair value gap, and we could be heading back up towards buy side. So And it doesn't look like there's 2 minutes. We have 40 seconds left. I'm going to get out of this trade at the close of this candle. Um, unless I get shown differently. Not what you want to see. So let's very light have the 50%. We also created another uh, thing, volume imbalance. So I'm going to let it play out. Get ready to close. One thing I would like to point out is this, yeah, this is just kind of what I see. Again, I'm still kind of fine tuning my strategy and whatnot, and becoming more confident in taking these setups and trusting what I see. Um, but I noticed as soon as we tapped into this volume imbalance here before rejecting. On the spot. We check to see if we get consistent follow through or not. Because if we also too, if we look at it, we took, the relative equal highs buy side here. We haven't took any, any sell side, any significant sell side liquidity. So this is just pretty much two. We look at it, it looks like um, market maker buy model. So I guess you can say, the bias should be long, but I'm just kind of trusting what I see for a what a quick scout. I don't like the fact that we're still not closing below these swing lows right here. We're just continuously creating swing low, swing low, swing low, into this fair value gap. And if we actually pull this here, you know, um, we got a fair value gap touching the golden line with the CTE, OTE. And so, um, again, we'll see how everything kind of plays out. But being as high as I've been in this position before, I'm probably just going to get out here. And this is kind of one of the things I need to work on. Is kind of more patience, like I said. It's kind of following through, trusting what I see. But I've seen this kind of before. Um, I guess it just kind of comes with more chart time and like repetition and back testing. And as I grow more confident, obviously, my decisions will be sharper, they'll be swifter. I know there's a lot of back and forth kind of my decision making. So I'm also trying to remain patient. Um, and I feel like a low risk entry. I got out because I do believe we're going to head back up, top off there. Now, this is overzealous. Definitely overzealous. The reason I reverse my position is because, and I could be wrong, maybe my original bias was correct. Um, but the reason I reverse is because there the fair value get touching is, for me, the 0.705 is golden range, and that's the confluence. If I get a fair value gap that touches this to kind of go long, especially after two swing lows haven't been broken. And so I've seen this play out. I have, screenshots of something similar kind of playing out. And I know each experience is going to be a little bit different, but I'm just kind of trusting on, just kind of my screen and chart time to believe that, we are going to be heading back towards buy side liquidity. Um, because again, this swing low wasn't broken. This swing low wasn't broken. We had a chance to break this swing low here with displacement, and we didn't necessarily. And so to me, that tells me that okay, this is the end of the short, and Christ may be looking to reverse. We'll see. But look at this cat. It's okay. One thing that I'm really trying to focus on too is that I'm trying to really focus on my execution and understand that a successful trade is, for me anyways, is going to be based upon my execution more than it is the win, the amount of money won or the amount of money lost. And so that's something that I'm really trying to drill into my head psychologically, um, to help me, stop over trading and kind of revenge trading. And that's kind of what the hope of, that is. Again, I just kind of want to reiterate why I changed my position from being originally short is because I understood that we were in for me, what I consider a higher time frame for fair value gap in terms of just kind of how I trade. And so I realized, we were at the CE of this 15-minute fair value gap and we weren't displacing below it. And then we were, you can see the body start to close above the 15, the CE of it right here. And then we created this fair value gap. We weren't breaking below these swing lows, which is what I wanted to see. We have one, two, three swing lows not broken. Um, the reason why I wasn't really concerned about this is because even though we came down here, we didn't close, and there was no displacement continued lower. So I was comfortable leaving it on. Well, now we'll just kind of see if we can get past these volume imbalances on the 5 minute. If we can, then I'm confident. We'll probably head up here. We have all this uh, price range to rebalance, so it might be a struggle getting past here. But again, I do believe we are in the market maker buy model, and so I'm okay with walking away from this trade and then just kind of moving my stop loss close to break even or putting it at break even and just kind of letting the trade play out. I might adjust my trade because it is very overzealous and I'm not taking the low hanging fruit. For example, I believe this swing high right here would be the low hanging fruit. And instead of targeting the relative equal highs and the buy side liquidity, which we could reach, and they say Asia consolidates, but man, I've been trading this time frame now for about a couple months, and sometimes, man, Asia just, man, it just honestly just runs. And the amount of points it runs in a day is just kind of it's surprising. So, um, again, I'm not going to get my hopes up for the overzealous trade. Just kind of see how everything kind of plays out. If another entry, if we do continue higher and another entry presents itself, I will put on another contract and then just let those two ride out and then be done for the night. One thing I can say is I like how full the body of the candles are. To me, that just kind of, it gives me more confidence to stay in the trade, not make any sort of hesitations. Again, I do want to see us really, really displace below above these volume imbalances on the 5 minute time frame, and then uh, move with speed and just kind of danger velocity above the swing high to continue up. But we do also have a fair value gap here as well. We can kind of have to break through. So we'll kind of see. We'll kind of see. We could come up here. It could look something like this. Seeing this happen too, and then back down to this fair value gap, and then continue upwards. Nothing, surprises me. It's just setting expectation of what the market is showing is, what I'm getting used to, what I'm learning to get used to. Kind of remove any emotions or any expectations I have from the market out of my head. I'll put it slightly below this swing low here. We also have some preferences. I really was kind of hoping to capture a quick move though, kind of down to this 5 minute fair value gap, and then hoping to, if a setup similar to this kind of played out, take this and kind of ride it up. But you don't always get what you want in these markets. Kept saying volume and balance on the 5 minutes, actually on the 3 minutes. So I stand corrected. But yeah, we just want to see this just get taken with just velocity and speed. Um, I don't want to see it, you know, play around here with this fair value gap because then to me, if it's kind of just lingering in this, within this price range area, then I know we will probably reject and go low. Right? I want to see price just move past this level relatively quickly. And we're also coming up too on the macro time frame. The 750. They say it's 750 to 810, but I realized, man, this macro time frame runs for at least an additional 10 minutes. So I'd like to give myself um 30 minutes to let this macro play out instead of just the 20. Everybody's different, everybody has things that kind of work for them and things that they see and realize in the chart. So it's whatever, you know, fits your style and whatever you studied and back tested and seen previously. That's what makes trading so great. If you can get what I'm looking for, in terms of, I don't want to put on another position right now, but if you get what I'm looking for in terms of speed of just, running through this fair value gap and this swing high, then I'll probably look to add on another contract on that on the next volume imbalance or fair value gap. Again, the reason I'm like patient and I'm okay if this comes all the way back down is because again I'm focused on working on my execution and just you know try to get better with that, take less trades, trust what I see, what I've seen before, um, and be just more concise in my decision making. I can say I'm getting better, but I'm a long way from where I aspire to be. So I'm hoping 2024 or 2025 is going to bring a lot of rewards for all the hard work I kind of been putting in. So like here we have another. Nothing's guaranteed, but one thing I am not liking is it refusing to displace here. But it could just be accumulating once more before we see another move like this. And I say before we see another move to the upside because again, one swing low, two swing low, three swing lows. We're not breaking any swing lows yet. Now that could change within this next count. You just never know. But as long as swing lows are staying intact, I feel comfortable with a little retracement. Uh, okay, so this candle starts the macro time frame window. So we should see some velocity in either downside or upside. But for me, I like this setup. Um, Again, here I have another fair value gap that touches my, the OTE range of 0.705, which I really like, and I consider that an entry. Um, and seeing as how these swing lows are intact, we're in 15-minute bullish fair value gap. For me, those are multiple confluences that just kind of add up. So if we do come back down, I wouldn't hesitate. I'm not gonna say hesitate. I wouldn't, I'd probably put on another trade and then have that kind of be it for me. And just kind of see how these trades kind of play out. What I've seen before too is we might not come down here right away, but let's say we run all the way, to like, take out this liquidity here. I've seen it to where in Asia session, we retrace, 30 to 40 to 50 points into a fair value gap like this with the 7.705 OTE, tap it, and then run back up to buy side going into that London, I want to say. So there's a lot of crazy things. Coming out. I get stopped out, I get stopped out. But I know a lot of people would see that and hurry up to exit out the trade or try to chase price. Me, looks like I'm gonna be stopped. I might get stopped out, which is okay. Again, I'm focused on execution, not profit won or loss. There you have it. And watch us touch this. Should be fun. Now, if I'm just analyzing this trade, thinking back for, if I'm analyzing this trade completely, then I I wish I would have just kind of looked at the higher time frame just a little bit, like the hourly or the 4 hour, just to kind of see what those candles kind of look like before hopping right into the 1, the 2, 3, 5, and 15-minute candlesticks. But I overall I'm happy because I traded, you know, what I believe I saw, and I didn't, hesitate to enter the trade. Um, I should have maybe took more note of the fact that we weren't displacing above here, but I thought since we had, fair value gap, 0.75 OTE, we're in the 15-minute uh, fair value, a 15-minute fair value gap that we would come back in and, would allow for another entry. But sometimes it doesn't always play out how you want it to, and that's okay. It's all about execution. And if I don't feel any sad emotion, like again, I am happy with how I conducted myself. I'm happy that I didn't feel any FOMO, or I didn't feel any impatience. I didn't feel any impulsivity. Um, the trade just didn't go in my favor, and that's okay. I feel 120,000% okay with that. So that's all I have today. I will be back on likely Wednesday. So thank you.